Final segment this morning. Lisa McCrady is with us from the Metro Action Commission, taking your calls at 737-7587. We had a woman who couldn't stay on the line but wanted to ask the question about whether or not you're able to provide any type of financial assistance for folks, say, instance, in Section 8 housing who are on limited budgets that need money for, cleaning things, utensils, food, anything along those lines.
No, we don't.
Okay.
But again, resources available in our community. We have places such as the Salvation Army that's available to us, and some other places that will be able to donate those types of goods or sell them at a reduced cost or arrange for a pickup for them to come to get them for free. So,
okay, so with food, you'd be a resource to at least farm them out to where there is an organization that could help them with food.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of different food pantries and shelters that help.
Second Harvest, Meals on Wheels program, which is offered in part by the Metro Social Services Agency, which is actually in the same building where we are.
Okay.
And so, there are some things that we do. In the summertime, we actually provide meals to school-age children for free at community centers. So summertime is the one that we have a direct impact on, but throughout the year we have other resources that we can connect.
So again, as a resource to call, and we'll give the phone number out. We also had, that last caller was wondering, well, why do you deny or whatever? If someone is denied after they apply and you've deemed them not to meet the financial criteria, they can appeal? They
can appeal. There's an appeal process. So if a customer believes that their situation wasn't considered appropriately, there's an appeal process, and so you begin it at our office. It goes to our Board of Commissioners, and then from there it goes to our funder. So say, for instance, someone applied for energy assistance and they really believe that they should have qualified based on the information they were able to either provide, or some people weren't able to provide all of the documentation they want to appeal. Why do I have to? And so there's the appeal process starts with us. There's a form that they would fill out, which goes to our Board of Commissioners, and they hear the situation, they rule on it, and then if the customer is not happy with that ruling, and then it goes to our funder, and then they will make a judgment call on it.
How long does that usually take, that process?
It's fairly quick, because our Board of Commissioners, they meet monthly, and then our funder is always available. So it just kind of depends. It could be between a couple of days up to a couple of weeks.
Well, I would just think it's pretty straightforward, though. If you provide the proper documentation of your income, I mean, what are you going to do? Change that? Now, if your situation changes, then apply again. If all of a sudden you don't have the money, but either you qualify or not, and there's a threshold that qualifies. So maybe there are special circumstances for appeals, but otherwise, I would think it's pretty straightforward. They're going to see the same thing you saw, and hey, you make too much. Sorry, you don't qualify. It's just the way it is. Let's go next to Rick. Rick, good morning.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Rick, how can we help you, buddy?
Oh, Lisa's already helped me already. First of all, I was down at the mission. I was a resident, and they helped me basically to get off the street. They helped me with my deposit and get an apartment.
Wonderful.
So what I have to tell the people out there is that it is not a handout place. They're a hand up, actually. That's the way they help me.
I like that. They're a hand up, right? So they got you back on your feet again?
Sure.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful. Thanks for calling in.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. I wish you well, and I'd like to hear stories like that. Well, I mean, you probably see that a lot.
We do.
I mean, hopefully these people are all good people seeking this out that just have hit some hard times. If you can just carry them through that, we all need help sometimes.
Everyone. I don't know anyone, regardless of economics, that needs absolutely no one.
Right.
So yeah.
Take a stumble. But hey, Rick, thank you for your call. I appreciate you sharing that. Let's go to Michael. Hi, Michael. Are you there, Mike?
I'm fine. You hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
All right. I spoke with you all earlier, and then some callers called and said some things, and then you all made some comments. And I just want to let you know that I love to work. I was raised to work.
That's what you said.
The Bible says that a man don't work, he don't eat. So I just want to know, life happens to everybody. I didn't ask to be in that car accident. I didn't ask to be in a coma for 3.5 to 4 months, wake up paraplegic on the right side of my body. I didn't ask for that. I'm a very independent man.
Sure.
All I need is some extra help financially. Sure, Social Security do what they do, but see what you said, sir, was as if, he on SSI, he good, they take care. Okay, I'm not complaining about that. You know, I'm just trying to make some extra money without going beyond my limit.
Oh, no, that's the way I understood it. You're absolutely right. And I think that's what we're talking about is you get your SSI, which you deserve, and again, it's a situation you never asked for. But to your credit, you're hoping to get some extra help, and you're willing to work for it, and that's what you said you can help him with.
Mike just proved our point when he said he's doing what he needs to do. He just needs some additional help. That is what I was saying earlier. People, regardless of their ability, they want to be a part of their livelihood, and so Mike is empowering himself to make sure he receives all the funding that's available to him. Plus, he's going to do his part, and so we're there just to fill in those gaps. As I said earlier, many of our customers, they're not waiting on us just to pour all of these resources on them without any kind of ownership or any kind of personal investment on their act. They're just needing someone to help them fill in those gaps because their incomes are so limited. And so I'm glad Mike called back in.
Do you, I guess, take personal donations? I mean, you get your federal funding. Is there anything like, you used to take sometimes new air conditioners, wouldn't you?
We still do take new air conditioners, and we also take financial contributions towards that program. Now, the other programs, such as the rent, mortgage, utility assistance, we are not allowed to take in any additional fundings for that because it's a federal program and it's a part of budgeting issues. So we tend to have enough money to cover those expenses. But certainly with our summer cooling program, that is almost solely supported by donations and financial contributions towards purchasing a new air conditioner or someone bringing it still in the box, still sealed, so that we can give that to a family.
Yeah, and usually sometimes we're not talking about the big heat and air units. We're talking about window ones, which is great because for some of these folks, what they need is one room that's cool. And you set that up, you keep the door closed, but that's the living room or wherever it is.
Well, these units actually will cool an entire moderately sized home.
Okay, that's a good point. Sure.
So and they're energy efficient, so that they don't drain their energy or drive up their energy costs.
Have a huge electric bill. Let's go to Jim Bob. Jim Bob, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Jim, how can we help you?
Is this a Christian-based program?
It's nonpartisan, right?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's a government program.
Ma'am, did you have to fill out an application to see Jesus Christ and get some help?
No, I didn't. Thank goodness I didn't have to. Thank goodness.
Now, I'm not sure what he was driving at there, but I think, again, that may be someone who's wondering about how you qualify and if you can't. But we should say, again, this is government. This is not religious-based. You don't make donations based on someone's religion or anything.
Absolutely
again, if you meet the need, you get the benefits.
Meet the need. You live in Davidson County. And whatever other qualifying situations, if there are any that you need to have in order to apply, you qualify.
Okay, and again, you said combining Head Start with the folks who qualify for these other benefits, 30,000 people a year?
Collectively, 30,000. So within all of the energy assistance programs that we, applications that we receive, community services, which is our rent, mortgage, property tax assistance, and our Head Start and Early Head Start program collectively is about 30,000 families.
And that's a lot of applicants. What kind of staff do you have over there?
We have a very dedicated
I know,
staff.
They've got to be, but it's
very
not
dedicated. But it's not a huge amount of folks. We have about, I think, 8 or so folks that actually process those applications and make sure that they meet all of there are some incredible criteria that we need to make sure that the families meet, and also the documentation that has to be done because we're audited, and so we have to make sure that all the documentation is in place.
Money's accounted for and all of that. And so we have a fantastic team with our community services team that's responsible for that solely. And so they look at every application, enter it into a database that we have, and make sure that those award letters are sent out and people's bills are paid appropriately. And again, if someone, when we're going to give out the number here, so get your pen and paper, they call, do they get one of those 8 people, or there's people that man the phones or woman the phones and answer them? I mean, what do you have? Is there a staff on a phone bank?
The total staff of 13. And so you have the folks that are primarily responsible for the applications. You have We have one receptionist at this time. We will be looking for a second person on our front desk, and so they man the phones, or warming the phones. As
well, so I'm just saying, if someone's going to call, and we can put the phone number up right now if you'd like. Again, it's 615-862-8860. Go ahead and write it down. We'll leave that up for a moment. So if they get that, you're going to get an answering machine when you dial that?
Typically, you won't.
So someone will answer, and then so if you have, say, Dorothy, who called earlier, look, I want to find out what is the nearest location for my grandchild's Head Start program, and then how do I apply? Some of these folks don't have access to computers. Do they do it over the phone, or do they come by and pick up a form, or how would you?
All of the above. And so we just based upon the need of the customer. So say, for instance, they can't get to us right away, we can mail the applications to them. If they need for us to go through all the different locations that we have of Head Start centers, we can do that over the phone. If they're out of the county and can't get on the computer to see where all the locations are, we ask you, what county do you live in, and we're able to tell you who serves your area. And so we want to be able to meet the needs in multiple ways for our customers.
And there's a website?
It is, nashville.gov/MAC.
MAC. Okay, so the website's good. Not everyone has access to that. Make the phone call. We gave the phone number up there. And one more reminder, this is the shirt.
Now you have to wear that.
Gosh, this is like a sleep sack for me, but I'll give it a try. Thank you. Thank you for the shirt. And any parting note you want to leave with folks? We have a minute left. Just if you need the help, it never hurts to apply. The worst you're going to find out is you don't qualify.
That's true.
Okay, so if you think you're at that threshold, go make the call. Make
the call. Preferably, we want you to come before you have a crisis, as it relates to applying. So if you know something is coming up, or if you know that you qualify right now, you want to go ahead and get your application in for this program year. Go ahead and do that now. With Head Start, if you want to be a part of our Head Start or Early Head Start families, please call in. We're still enrolling children into those programs. The Early Head Start program also helps pregnant moms. And so we offer prenatal education, and then once the child is born, that child is on our list to be able to go into a child care environment as an infant. And so we do a lot of things. Anyone who feels like they're eligible, or someone that they know is eligible, call us.
Lisa, as always, a pleasure. It's nice to see you, and let us know if there's ever anything we can do to help. As always, we'll get the word out for you here.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming on. We'll take a break. Programming note after this, and I'll give you the phone number again.